Hi, guys, and welcome back to Perspective. It's your girl Trinity, and today we have a very special guest. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, hello everyone. My name is Raiqwon. Me and Trinity are cousins, and so we haven't seen each other since we were kids. So it's
Very
nice to
little.
have a nice little family reunion.
Yes. Okay, guys. So, first of all, congratulations on Tampa Bay. You went from Conway to Tampa Bay, and how is it going for you so far?
Oh my! I love to give glory to God. That's
Amen.
it. That's it for me. Just being just a kid from Conway. That's like my hashtag that I use. Hashtag just a kid from Conway. I've been. I wasn't expecting myself to be in this position I am, but with the glory of God, I'm blessed to just be here. It's just been great, amazing. Life's been great because like it could be much worse, I could say.
Yeah.
So
So
just take every minute.
let me ask you, where did that hashtag come from? Because I see it like on your page, on some other people's pages. I might need to use
Yeah.
it too. Where'd you guys get
hmm
that from?
So me and my boys I grew up with since fifth grade, we're still boys to this day. Even though they some of them went off to NFL, some of them are coaching, some of them are coaching, yes. And so we all decided like to use that hashtag at just a kid from Conway. And because that's who we are, we're kids from Conway, and like we're not expected to be in this position that we are in today. And so like we never forget where we're from, and like just putting the city on the map, just putting like represent our city like to this max, like representing like we are the heartbeat of the city. And so we decided to every time we make a post, put hashtags to get from comments to let people know where we from and like what city we rep.
I love that. I might use that. So like I have a joke going on, but it's not really a joke that I'm going D1. So I'm going to Syracuse, and
I
obviously
seen
that's a
that.
D1 school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm not an athlete or anything, but like
Right.
I'm telling everyone I'm going D1, and they're like, "No, you're not. No, you're not." Like you think I can go D1, right?
You do one right now. You
Th-
Power Five.
Thank you. This is what all right, guys. Y'all heard it here first.
You're D1.
Okay.
I said
Um,
it.
thank you. Okay.
D1.
So a kid from Conway, just a kid from Conway. What was it like growing up in Conway, South Carolina?
It was great. I'll say that. What we want to do, what I plan for the community is what we wanted as kids. Like, for example, we have a camp coming up July 8th. It's called Booth and Company. It's our first annual camp, and Brad Booth, I don't know if you remember Brad, but Brad was in the summer camp with us. And
Yeah.
so we're starting a football camp. It's a mini football camp, speed agilities, and we're starting that July 8th in Conway, right in Conway at Conway Rec. So trying to get like that, giving back to community, having resources, having that big brother mentality,
Mhm.
mentor like to these young kids in the community that we wanted as growing up, but we didn't have. So yeah, in our way, what we wanted for the kids and know what the kids want in the community, we're gonna give back. And then just this camp is just a start of what we're gonna do for the future.
I can't
So
wait to
growing
see
up,
that.
we just wanted resources. We're growing up, we had it like we was good. We was blessed with what we had, but of course we wanted more. I mean, you kids, you want more, and
Yeah.
we didn't like certain things that we didn't have in Conway. We want to put that in Conway so the kids don't have to struggle like we did. We want to make their lives much better than what we had it growing up.
No, I completely understand that. Like for myself, I moved to New York from
hmm
Conway, but my mom made it a point for me to visit every single summer, as you know, so that I wouldn't lose connection. And now that I'm older, I still like experience some culture shocks between like the North and the South. And I'm like, some of these kids, they be saying things, and I'm just like, I would never say that to an adult. Like, so for you, you went from Conway High School to
hmm
Rutgers. How was that
Yes.
transition? Because Rutgers that's New Jersey. That's very
Yeah.
up there. That's right near New York.
Oh yeah. Well, for me personally, I don't think it was really much a change. It was just mainly everyone like it went from people always speaking to each other, like even while driving, we give it like a little hand
Your little hey, yeah.
to no one speaking to each other. I say that's probably most of the culture shock thing. But for me as a kid, I always wanted to get away, so I didn't feel like that was a culture shock for me because I always wanted to get away. And like for me personally, for my background, my mom and like my uncles are from the Bronx, so
Oh,
I had that little
okay.
bit of northern growing up in the household.
Okay. That's
So
a
I got
fun
that
fact. I didn't
southern.
know that.
Fun fact, yeah, my mom was from the Bronx, and my sisters and I are from Conway. So I got that northern southern raised in one household and how one household. So being
Okay. I like that. My
uh
mom's from Queens, so I lived in South Carolina, and we did like a little swap. So she moved from the north to the south, and then I
yeah
moved from the south to the north. So yeah, okay. That's
yeah
dope. That's really
yeah.
dope.
So that was the only culture shock to me was the everyone's saying hey how you doing to everyone's just
Yeah.
not like looking straight like this, like not even breaking like this, looking straight and walking with a
Act
purpose
like
because they got somewhere to be.
they got somewhere to be, and they gonna act like they don't see. I do it sometimes. I catch myself. Like my school, I go to a very small high school. So, and then I'm the student body president. So like I know everybody.
Congratulations. It's
Thank
big right
you.
there.
And so with that, like my friends, they get so annoyed. They're like, you gotta speak to everybody. I can't just ignore them. Like I like sometimes I try to hide somewhere, find a pocket in the school to hide. But like there's people everywhere, so you always have to say hi. And then like, there's the song, This is New York, what I look like telling somebody good morning. Like that is really how it is. I don't get
Right.
it. But anyway, how was Rutgers? Like what was that experience like? How was your
Um,
career there?
oh, it was fun. I went to Rutgers with a purpose to change the football program around. I mean, I didn't really achieve it like I wanted to, but we went to in a direction that we did succeed in a way. But I did graduate there with my undergrad in art. Well, I'm an art major and my minor is labor studies. So when my time was there, I had a great time there. And the brothers that I came in with are like still my brothers to this day. We communicate. We don't have to communicate every day, but they know like we love each other and we're brothers for life for that part. And just like that experience of playing in the Big Ten and going like to different places to play like top 10 teams, top rated teams in the country, like then that playing in that atmosphere was like really, really fun. It's like I'll take every moment of that as like a blessing itself because without God I wouldn't be there. And so decided to leave from UCLA to go play in the Pac-12 and work on my master's in TCL. That was also fun. Like I really had a great time there too. And even though I didn't finish my master's, I'm gonna go back and finish eventually, but not right now. But so both journeys was fun, and now I'm here in this situation right now.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you said that you wanted to change some things in the culture there. So what
Yeah.
did you want to change at Rutgers?
So coming out of high school, I did have 33 scholarship offers, like SEC, ACC, and FCS, BCS schools. Coming when I was in high school, my sophomore year, we finally changed the program around. Our freshman year, we went 2-9, and then because they were still losing, like they was on the like losing streak. And then the following year, our sophomore year, we changed the program around, went 9-2, made it to the playoffs. So like since then, we've been winning, winning, winning with while we was there. And so just seeing that community like change, and now we're having a sellout crowd. People, the fences are crowded. I wanted that experience in college. Like I want to do that at Rutgers University
Hmm.
because they had a new head coach and they were up on the uprise. Like they was showing improvement, but that's like I said, we didn't get to what I wanted to, but then like eventually we got there to a
That's
point where
great.
we did almost succeed to get a 500 record. But I just want to be part of a change at a program like to say this is the foundation we built on. We wanted to win the program from a losing team to a winning team. And so that's what I wanted to do at Rutgers.
Well, I saw one of your clips from Rutgers where you scored a touchdown,
I
and
got
I
two of them.
had two. I
Yeah, I
saw
got two.
that last year. Okay, so I started getting into football for real, like last year, like my senior year. And I don't know where it came from because I come from a basketball household. My uncle, he played professionally. Like I should be like obsessed with basketball. I don't know
Right.
where it came from. Football came to me. I like was obsessed. So I would always look at like there's like pages that show like cool plays and stuff. And I swear I saw you. And then I was doing my research, because like I'm a journalist. So then I saw it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, this was him. Yo, I was weak. That was amazing. Like that was so dope. How
Thank
did
you.
you
Thank
feel?
you.
Like what was going on in your head at that time?
No, I got two of them. I mean, I knew the play call when we got down there in the low red zone. And so when this man-to-man coverage, like before we just like do a freeze play, send the guy in motion, see if it's man-to-man. Me being like knowing the offense, I knew what type of defense they ran. And when we did get to the low red, so when I seen we put the receiver in motion and I seen the corner go with him instead of just bumping over, it was just like, okay, now we're about to call the play. Like this is pre-snap. This is all pre-snap. I'm in my stance. I'm looking. I see it. I tap my left guard. I'm like, hey, yo, they about to call it. So they call the play. They call the play. I tap my left guard again. Hey, block for me.
You said block for me. Oh my gosh.
Block. So I feel like I got beat on the block. Turn around. Quarterback threw it to me. Red normal catch. Look the ball in. My first touchdown was against Ohio State. We was getting like blown out, but this thing we was just like saying like no give up, don't give up. So
Yeah.
we first one was a walk-in touchdown. Like I just walked in into it.
Yeah, I saw that one.
The second one, did you see you didn't see the one when I dove for the power line.
No, I saw that one. Okay, yeah,
You saw the
one.
one when I dove.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one my left guard that blocked for me. When I told him pre-snap, block for me.
Oh my
He
gosh.
he misses his man and
Mm.
knocks out one of our guys off his block. So now I got like two two defensive players running at me, and I'm 7 yards away from the touchdown. We had a rule saying don't reach, like unless it's like fourth and goal, fourth and game, or something like that. It's like first down, second down. I all rules went out. I'm like, I'm a lineman. This is my second touchdown. I'm getting in the end zone no matter
Oh,
what.
uh-huh.
And so he missed the block. I see it. I'm thinking about to walk in when I catch the ball. Like again, I see two defenders. I said, ah. So I caught it. I ran a dove for the pile and scored. And it almost got called back because he thought the quarterback ladder didn't throw behind. Like
They
they
throw
didn't.
the I saw the flag get thrown after that.
Yeah, they thought I was in front of the quarterback, which a lineman has to be eligible, has to be behind the quarterback to
Mm-hmm.
throw the ball.
Yeah,
So
everyone in the comments was like, "Isn't that illegal? Isn't that illegal?" And then the other
yeah,
stuff was, "That's a lineman's dream. That's a lineman's dream right
it
there."
is.
Yeah.
So I had to. So that's just a exciting feeling that I had, and it was just like I loved it. It was blessed.
So, are you looking to do that like professionally now, like in the NFL? Like, is that your goal this year? Is to get your touchdown your rookie
Not this
year?
year, but probably eventually.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Eventually,
looking for
not this
that.
year. Eventually, yes.
Okay, so tell me about your master's at UCLA because I was gonna ask, like, when you go for a fifth year,
Hmm.
like, what did you have to go to school? So you did. You had to choose a
Yes,
master's
correct. Yes,
program.
I did. Correct, because I finished my undergrad at UCLA. And when I got to no, I finished my undergrad at Rutgers and I
Right.
worked on my master's at UCLA. I didn't finish my master's, but I worked on it. I have like a year left to finish it. I have a year left of classes just to finish it. Then I'll graduate from UCLA with my master's. And so with that, I wanted to just with TCL, it's not what I wanted to do at first, but it was just like the classes were more beneficial for me, like because I also want to help with kids and learn different things so I could become a leader. And so coaching, leadership is like that's like a very combination of all because you
Mhm.
teaching and you coaching and you being a leader, which it takes all of that.
Right.
And so what took for me for TCL was like that's something I also like to do is help kids and come back to the community. Like July 8th, we have our camp, but I'm coming
Yes.
back to coach up the kids and give them knowledge about the game, not only about the game, but just about life. And so learning how to talk to people, learning like their body language, knowing how they like to be teach is like
Mhm.
very important. And for us also as a leader, like you got to be able to take the criticism, to be able to be coachable as well as a leader.
Yes.
Like I could
Yes.
learn from you, even though you're younger than me. That's
Exactly.
my mentality. Because when I went to UCLA, I was learning from not just the older guys, but I was learning from the walk-on.
Hmm.
That's how this type of leader because they could learn from me and I could learn from them.
Right.
You all there's always room for improvement. So TCL is the perfect masters for me to get into because whatever route I take, that in my pocket, like those people skills and those leader like those type of skills that being taught that I know and learn, it's like very important.
I think that's amazing. I didn't even know that that was a major, but there's so many different majors and like programs out there now. Why did you choose art? Like, do you draw? Are you into
Yes,
painting? Okay.
all of that. Because I've been drawing since I was a kid, and just as I got older, I seen like graphics, I seen photography. So when I got up to Rutgers, I decided I want to do art as my major. So I took art history, I took graphic design, I took photography, I took videography, I took painting, I took charcoal drawing, still life drawing. So, and I had an internship with creative services at Rutgers Athletics.
That's dope.
So
Okay.
I had an internship from 2019 to 2022 when I graduated. So I was with them. I did graphics. I took photos my last semester there at the basketball game, and just learning about like the self branding. Like your branding is very important.
Hmm.
And like what got me into it, I've been like I started when I was a kid drawing like anime characters, like for example, Dragon Ball Z characters. That's where it
Yeah,
started. That's where it started for me. So I knew that's when I fell in love with the pen and paper drawing. So
that's
yeah.
awesome. Okay, so can you tell me why did you choose UCLA for your fifth year? Like, how does that process work? How did you know from jump that you were gonna do a fifth year? How did
Oh,
that happen?
nah, because I wanted to do my fifth year because I didn't like how my fourth year ended. So I knew I had another year. And so what I did was I put my name in the portal because I wanted to come back home. Funny story, I wanted to come back home
Really?
to South Carolina, thinking like when hit the portal, go back home and play at South Carolina, but I didn't. When that didn't happen, I got other schools calling like UCLA, Oklahoma State, Florida State, and Vanderbilt was like my top four when I finished like in the portal.
Hmm.
And so what made me go to UCLA was one, the weather, like it was great. It was on the West Coast. The weather was amazing. Two, the schooling, what I could do with my master's and the networking there. Like the biggest thing was
Yeah.
networking there as well. And then the development on the field was like very important because this is my last year. I'm gonna enter the draft after this year. And so that development right there of learning the game because on that side there's a lot of NFL coaches.
Mm.
I mean, they used to be NFL coaches and now they're on a college level. And Coach Kelly and my position coach, Coach Drev, were in the league for a long time. And so, like, learning under them, learning the game under them was also like a big thing because I had that at Rutgers with Coach Shiano. Coach Shiano, before he went to the NFL, he was at Rutgers first, then he went to the NFL.
Okay.
And so, learning under Coach Shiano as well, I wanted that same experience from at another university. And that's where I got at UCLA.
So, how important would you say is having a really good dynamic with your coaching staff as an athlete?
I feel it's like that dynamic is really great because you have to have that chemistry with your coach and not only with your coach, but with your players as well. And so, like, in order to have that chemistry, you got to prove yourself each and every day. Like, can you be accountable? Can you be trusted? Like, when the time comes, are you going to step up and be that guy to make that, like, to make the play? No, not make the play, but execute the play that's called.
Hmm.
And so, can you do your job? Like, you got to prove yourself to these coaches, like, to earn the trust. Once you earn that trust and like prove and show them that you know what you're doing, and you can show that your teammates can rely on you too. Like that dynamic is actually like great because now the whole team is like working together as one instead of
Hmm.
players versus coaches, coaches versus players, players versus players,
Yeah.
and coaches versus coaches. Like you see it all the time. Like you see that happening, but that that just breaks up a team. But coming together, everyone in the building needs to be one.
So, a cohesive dynamic. I like that. So, can you tell me the moment that you decided to enter the draft? How did you feel? Like, were you nervous? Were you like, oh my God, this is it. This is the moment. Like, what was that like?
Well, I just prayed like during the season. I was praying like God, if it's for meant to be if they enter the draft this year, let it alone. Like give me like signs, give me an answer. Or like the Bible says, I ask you, you shall receive. And
Yes.
like I prayed, and I remember vividly like laying on my back and I just prayed, and next thing I just fell asleep, and it just came to me in a dream, saying like enter your name into the NFL draft. And so that's where it came from mid like during the season, just praying and then that's why the decision wasn't easy. Like that's what the decision was easy for me to make after the season when I the into the draft in January. And so like cause just listening to the guy's voice, like that's real. Like people like you gotta in order to do that, you gotta be able to unclutter your mind and your heart so you can hear his voice and not get confused with your own voice.
Hmm. Go ahead and preach now. That summer
Uh,
camp.
Grandma had us in there.
Okay. So the whole process, like in general, how long was it? What did that entail? Give us the insight,
Oh,
because I might go D1 and
so you are going D1. There's no might.
I
You are.
am. I'm going D1, so I
See,
need
there
to
you
know.
go. Exactly. So the whole process was from January to your pro day and then to the draft. So January to March, it's like an 8 weeks worth of training. And for me, I was doing like 3 days, like almost 3 days throughout the week. So I was training in the morning. So I get up, train in the morning. Then I had a 9 a.m. session. So we did field work. Then right after our field work, we had lift. Then I had another session, maybe like an hour or two later, with position. Then once I done with that, I had another session that night at 6:30. Then right after that, sometimes I had my stretch session, like stretching, getting all my
Mhm.
therapy in, my recovery in at night at 8 o'clock. So during that process, I wake up, eat breakfast, go lift. Go do field work, lift, have a little snack before my position work. After my position work, I eat my food. Then I get ready for my night session. My night session and my my 2 night sessions. If I do have two that night, I have get ready for dinner and get ready, get my body recovery, wake up and do it again. And so I also have snacks in between so I can stay like properly fluid, like fueled up,
Mhm.
hydrated properly, and eating snacks properly. Because right now, our bodies are what makes us the money. We got to watch what we actually put into our bodies. Our bodies are temples, not just for your sports, but for everything that we do. Like you don't have to be a sports person to watch what you put in your body
Yeah.
because you our my strength coach from Rutgers, Coach Parker, he gives this analogy. He's like, "What's your favorite? Right, so what's your favorite car? Like your number one car that you want?
Potatoes.
What is it?
I love potatoes.
No, cars.
Cars?
Yeah. What's your favorite car?
Oh, Range Rovers.
Range Rover. So you won't put nothing bad in a 2025 Range Rover.
No, I will not.
So if you put the wrong type of gas in the Range Rover, what will happen to the car?
You're gonna mess up your car.
Same
Same
thing for
thing
the
with
body.
food.
You won't put something bad in your body, you're gonna get bad results. What you put in is what you're gonna get out of it.
Hmm.
So
I
Coach
try to
Parker
stop
gave
eating like red meat. I'm trying to cut down, but it's so hard. Like I love steak. Oh my gosh. I eat steak. No, like I was really eating steak like twice a week. Like, and that's not good. So I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to go like
yeah.
more pescatarian.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot of options like in the city to eat. Like, a lot of people are vegan or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's getting easier. But I definitely believe I could see the differences between like what you eat. Like when I was eating a lot of fast food,
Mm-hmm.
that was I could feel it, right? And then I had to travel a lot for school. So it was
Right.
really strenuous.
Body the right way.
Yeah, and then I think another like I guess question I can ask you is about like for men. Sometimes we talk about like body dysmorphia and these sort of things with women or like with in general, women in general, and then like with women who are models and what that looks like and feels for them. But for professional athletes, your body is like your resume or your body is like very important. So does that ever have like an impact on mental health or just emotional? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say definitely because a lot of things that you don't even think about weighs into your mental health and emotions like that you don't even know weighing you down. And so like one for mental health, I take that very seriously. I preach about it like take care of your mental health. Go talk about things like to people that you actually trust. Don't just talk about it to anybody because you got to actually trust this person with this valuable information. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to open up and drop that shield, but when you do, like you feel like that relief. And so I'll say that about your mental health. But what people don't realize you when you work out, like take care of your body, like that just that discipline alone, like will help you feel good because your body starts transforming and like then just like you if you already love what you be in love with yourself, right? Like right now, but you be even more in love with yourself if you just start seeing your body transforming, like being like you see these like you say you see models like they're very in shape, but you're in shape, but like you can be better. Like there's always room
Mhm.
for improvement. And so like just doing that, just disciplining yourself to eat right and just go to the gym that's just a start of making sure your mental health is great. Like over time, that's you like it was just like this is stuff that we don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like even for me, like I feel good. Like I'm in the like you said, I'm in the NFL. But even though like I'm in the NFL, like I can see my body change. I'm eating right. Like that makes me feel good. Like you see your
Yeah.
body looking right makes you feel good.
Yeah. I
So
honestly,
yeah,
literally, I started working out, not a lot, because I know people are going to come for me like in the comments, like, girl, you don't work out like that. But when I started like going to the gym and everything, I'm very busy, but anytime I could go, I loved it because you really, for me, like I'm not an athlete yet, but I like to approach things like in that mindset and that mind frame because it's like grind, hustle, like whatever, whatever. And so for me,
right.
it really helps my like with what I'm doing mentally. And then physically, it just makes you feel way better. And so I tell people like the gym can be intimidating, but if you just
Yeah,
go and you kind of get into it, increments, like little by little,
that's
it
it.
can completely just like change how you feel. And so, yeah, I think that was really
So and what people also don't realize, you could go to the gym and they don't see improvement, but also what really big of the other part of that is your diet.
mm-hmm.
Like people fail to realize it's actually like your diet. Like you could go to the gym all day, but you still eat bad
Yeah.
and not see not much improvement. But you change your diet with it, it's
Yeah,
you
it's a
see a lot more
combination.
improvement. Yeah, it's a combination.
Yeah. So to wrap up, how do you feel now, like that you're in the NFL? What does your like schedule look like? How does it feel? Does it feel like going to like a new school? What is
Yeah,
like yeah?
yeah, it's like you're freshmen all over again. That's right now. That's as rookies right now. We're all freshmen. We got to make a name for ourselves. We got, like I said earlier, we got to show the team that we can be accounted for. Like we are accountable. We can know what we're doing. Like we can do our job. Like we get it paid for now. We got
Yeah.
to prove ourselves. Like we got to prove ourselves really. Like we could be grown men in this business
Hmm.
because there's no hand walking with you with your hand, nothing. This is you're getting paid now,
It's your
and
job.
if you can't do your job, then you're gonna get replaced that day. So you got to prove yourself, and there's nothing. And so like it does feel like you just feel like a freshman all over again. You just got to prove yourself, and
I love that
so
about life. Life can really like humble us. You can go from senior to freshman, like just like that, and then all over
yes,
again. And I think that's one of the best parts about life. It keeps us humble, it keeps us grateful. That like gratitude mindset, keeping you down to earth and I guess like relatable with like everyone.
right.
And that at any moment you can kind of start all over. Now that you're in the NFL, like how different is it from I know the season didn't start yet, but how different is it from college and yeah, college level play?
The speed of it is very fast. I mean, we just had OTAs, and so now you asked me about my schedule too. So now I'm off for
Oh,
this
okay.
month, and we have to report back at the end of July. So I just got done with OTAs and mandatory minicamp. And
Okay. How
so,
was that? I heard a lot about that.
oh, that was fun. It was fun. It was like really fun because you're being treated like a grown man now. And so you handle your business, you come in and work hard. And just, again, you got to prove yourself day in and day out. Every day is an interview.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take no days off. Every day is an interview because your job's on the line every day. Because someone's waiting to take your spot.
Yeah.
So our schedule, we for rookies, we was there from 6 to 6 because we had stuff to do for rookies,
Okay.
and so we was there from 6 to 6. And so, well, it was actually really fun. I really had like fun of just being a blessing, just to be out there, because it's only like a 1% of the world that could actually do what we do.
Yeah. So, like,
So,
what does it feel like now that you're in the NFL emotionally? Was it like a relief, like my dream, and then did it kind of turn like real quick to okay, now I got to work hard? Was that like
yes,
the yeah,
yes, exactly. Because like for a lot of us, we want to get to the league. Like
yeah,
we want to get there. The hard part is staying. That's what a lot of people fail to realize. Oh, I got to the league. Now I got to stay here. And so that mentality, now I got to stay here, it will help a long way. Just that mentality alone, saying I got to stay here now. I got here, now I got to stay.
maintain
Mhm.
yeah. So now that you're here, what are you most excited for in this season with Tampa?
Winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. Okay. Now I watched those games last year. I was watching Monday night, Thursday
Hmm.
night. Like I was obsessed. Y'all, I guess you like to change programs around. So you're gonna have some fun with Tampa
Winning the Super Bowl.
winning
Winning
the
the
Super
Super Bowl.
Bowl. Okay, I want my tickets. Like I want to be there. I told my mom, I said, this year I'm saving my money because I'm going to the Super Bowl. Because last year was kind of crazy. It
Yeah.
was a little pricey. But yeah, I was like, maybe not this year. Maybe not this year. Maybe next year
Yeah.
I can go. So I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to make it to the Super Bowl so I can go and see.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, but like last year's Super Bowl had me stressed. The year before
Hmm.
that, I was crying. I was mad. Who are you going for last year?
Last year? Oh, the Chiefs. My- Yeah, my boy played for my boy the running back.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. You know, like honestly, I was watching the game, but I started getting tight because he's so good. I was like, but then I was so proud because he's from like Jersey and that's right next door. And so I was like, oh, okay, I can be excited for
Yeah.
him. But it was such a
Uh,
great game. Okay, year before, were you going for Cincinnati?
it was the years before. It was Cincinnati and
Bengals and Rams.
I think who was I going for? I think I was going for the Rams that one. I believe so. I believe I was going for the Rams.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's against my teams. Like this is actually disheartening. Last episode, the kid I had on my podcast last episode, he goes to the
Mhm.
University of Maryland, and he was also going for the Rams and then the Chiefs last year. This is well, I guess this year, right? So I don't know, but next year, hopefully, we see you there and be very
Yes.
proud, and I'll be there too.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. Okay. So to wrap up, what's some advice that you would give to any young man, young woman looking to be a professional in not just football, but like any sport? I feel
Mhm.
like some of the things are universal. What is some advice you would give to them?
Well, first, foremost, keep God first. Stay prayed up. Be not Bible. And second, excuse me. Second, be work on your craft. If you're an athlete, work on your craft. Like that's very important. Study film. Study as much film. Like study, not just in the facility, but when you're away from the facility. Just because you're in the facility and watch film, that's not enough film. Go home and watch film. So work on your craft. Study film. Be flexible and take care of your body. And if you're not available, then they can't do nothing with you. So make sure you are taking care of your body as much as you can. Stretch. All like watch what you put in your body too.
I think that's some great advice. So I want to thank you so much for joining us
Hmm.
here on
Thank
Perspective.
you.
I hope you come back. I need you to come back once your season's over so you can tell us all about it, all your new
Okay.
experiences. Are you gonna have to do a rookie dinner? No, right? I hope not. I saw all those horror stories.
All rookies do it.
Oh.
Hey, all rookies do it. No comment.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Blessings to you on that front. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will
Thank you
see
for
you
having me.
all next episode of Perspective. Bye.